his like point of view when writing plays, especially Miss Julie, is that he focuses on the psychology of the characters. Really goes in depth about why they act the way they do, and focuses more on character development than the plot, really.
Yeah. Along with that, the relationships in this are very... There are not many characters in this show, so the relationships are one of the most key, important aspects of our show. Speaking of characters, you seem to be dressed a little like a character tonight. Are you doing okay? No. So more about Miss Julie. Written in 1888 and performed the same year.
I think the opening day was in March. A good month. A good month.
I'd say it's a mid-month.
That was less than I felt good. He's extremely sexist. He actually hated a fellow playwright, Ibsen, because Ibsen wrote about female independency. He hated him because of that. Just setting the tone of Miss Julie going into it, of how it was written versus how we are going to be talking about it.
Our main character, Miss Julie.
Julie.
We see her, she's a higher class, daughter of the Count. We have Jean, who is a servant, a male servant.
Specifically to her father.
And the maid, Christy. The whole plot of the show begins with Miss Julie asking Jean to dance with her, which is seen as promiscuous, because sexism.
Because this is a story about class. And it's bad when higher class, such as Miss Julie, ask the lower class, especially the servants, to dance. And she asks Jean to dance after Jean and Christine were already talking about how she's gone a little crazy post-breakup. The main theme, I would say, is kind of like, it falls into three. It's a power struggle, dominance, and class. Those are really just the overall themes of the play that really go more into power. The dominance that Jean has over Julie in the end, the dominance Julie has over Jean, the power that they have when speaking, and then the class burden that they both experience.
Miss Julie represents naturalism. From an example would be how we see Christine washing dishes for about 2 minutes of the whole show.
Shows biology versus environment, as like most modernistic themes were, especially with naturalism. As biology,
and I'm putting that in air quotes,
biology says that as a woman, she should not be wanting to be in charge or be dominated or be independent. But because the environment she grew up in, especially with her mom telling her to be independent and telling her to be this brave woman who has her own money, who lives on her own, who isn't afraid to love someone she's not supposed to, it's kind of the fighting between the biology of women aren't supposed to be like this, sexist point of view, the misinterpreted psychology that Strindberg is awful.
We see that Julie's dog expression having sex with the gatekeeper's dog. That is also a little bit of a narrative on class. Very reminiscent of the relationship that Miss Julie and Jean have in this show.
It's even said that Julie no longer feels as much love towards her dog as she did before, because now that her dog slept with one of lower class, her dog is dirty. And so she's basically saying that if she was to sleep with Jean, spoiler alert, she does, that she would then be dirty and no longer as high class. The other symbol that I think is very important in the play is Julie's bird. When she's planning on running away with Jean, she brings her bird, and Jean tells her she can't have it. So he gives her a decision to either not run away or he can kill the bird.
Yes.
The bird is a symbol for her innocence, because Jean, without hesitation, slaughters
in cold blood.
Feels no remorse. Just like how he called her a whore after sleeping with her.
Yeah.
And he lied to her so that he could get her in bed.
That is his end goal. That was all he wanted. He wanted her bird. And that, at the end of the play, That is basically all that Jean takes. Jean then gives a little bit of advice to Julie to end up killing herself.
Julie represents the high class, but Miss Julie does not want to be in the high class. She wants to be free of the class burdens that she has to experience. She wants to be able to love who she wants, do what she wants. If she wants to work, she gets to work. She doesn't want this high class, and her way of trying to fight that out is she wants to run away with Jean. Jean, on the other hand, being low class and very intelligent, he makes it very clear as he's poignant, he is manipulative, honestly just kind of a bad person. His goal is to get out of his class.
Yes.
And by doing that, he sleeps with Miss Julie, because if he can get with Miss Julie, he can be higher class, or he can ruin her. Because
her down.
One of the burdens of being high class is you can't sleep with the lower class. That it drove her insane to know that the servants knew that she was sleeping around.
Yes.
She's considered dirty now.
Yes. Now to the great part of our segment tonight. Tell me on your opinion. Tell me how you really felt about this piece. Leaving Gunlock, what did you take away?
I took away how this woman just wants to love someone, and instead of portraying her as someone who just wants something, they portray her as crazy and disturbed, and I thought it was disgusting. I understand the importance that this piece has, showing female independency and talking about class and the discussion of naturalism. However, I think it is disgusting how poorly Miss Julie is treated, and how absurd it is that this was even considered the norm, and that this was okay at any point in time.
Yeah, I would 1000% agree, and I think it's definitely a statement, to say the least, of the little bits of how we've come as far as we have today, and seeing how disgusting it was then. It makes me ponder on the things that happen today that are going to be seen as disgusting 100 years in the future. I'm very happy to have seen this, and I very much recommend it to anybody who says anything about the show. I believe that there's a lot to take from this show, although I did feel also very disgusting leaving.
One of the elements that did resonate me was the symbolism of how hurt that Miss Julie became, especially with the bird. I thought that was a perfect representation of not necessarily just her innocence, but also her sanity being killed, and that Jean was the one killing it and causing her to go stir crazy. That really resonated with me. And to be positive about this piece, she is in power. She does have power at the beginning. It isn't until that he wants the class switch to happen that she loses it, and it becomes more crazy, because she gains back the power by being no, I just want to be free. But then he's the only way to be free is if you kill yourself, which isn't true in any sense of the term. He just didn't want to be burdened by her. What about you?
I really enjoyed the aspect of seeing that as most musicals, most plays, most productions are straying away from the same topics coming back up. I believe that this show does a much better interpretation of the spiral that happens as someone feels trapped in this. Oh, thank you. Miss Julie being trapped in this higher class personality, having to put that on to people, but wanting love and wanting somebody, and seeing that through a lower class person. Getting that, alternatively, she sees that she now must choose whether to leave or stay. And through this reasoning, she finds that she can do neither. So she begs for the one person that she has shown that affection, and he spits in her face.
One might even say curb stomps her.
I would say. It was absolutely disgusting, but I absolutely loved the fact that throughout the show, she would have these moments where she's like, I can't go, I can't stay. And that kept coming back. It just made me feel trapped in my seat.
And this is an important piece to study, especially as one of really the first one of the first modernism plays to be out there because of its discussion on gender. It focuses so much on, for once, a woman with high class knowing what she wants, and even if it's portrayed badly, it is still the first it's one of the first two female independency. If only the author wasn't as sexist as he was, it is a female independency piece. She knows what she wants and she's trying to get it, and it's not because of higher power, it's because it's what she wants.
Yes. Thank you very much for watching.
Thank you.
This is Jack and Zach, and have a great
See you
night.
next time.
Mm-hmm. You okay?